All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kor Haloyim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rukakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Aki and Aqua that's listening in. Yahweh Rakazah, Lord willing, that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Schwab. I'm Juan back at you with another lesson. The title of this lesson is called Husbands Deal with Your Wives in Wisdom, right? And, something that I was meditating upon, and it's truth. We do talk a lot about women, and indeed they are, right? But what you have to understand is that we have women that are in this truth. Right? Be we have to be very patient with them, right? Because women in this truth, you know, that are trying sincerely, okay, which Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah knows your true intents at the end of the day. All right, so if you're trying to play a brother, you're trying to play games, it ain't gonna work out. Okay. But at the end of the day, women that are in this truth, they have to go through the same struggles that the men go through. Right? They're no, it's not a lighter sentence or a lighter deal or lighter cards that are dealt to them because they're women. No, they go through the same exact things. Right? So us being in this truth, and if you have a sincere woman that's trying, we have to deal with them in wisdom and know that they are the weaker vessel, and that being that Satan is always going to be messing with their minds, especially that they're emotional creatures. That's one of the ways that Satan will jump on your women, and Satan will go to mess with her emotionally, and that's something that puts women in a lot of situations because they're always thinking emotionally, all right? But them trying to learn this truth and build them spirits, they're trying to, learn how to exercise and control that spirit also. This is why we have to be patient with them. All right. Now, if she being straight wicked, we already know. All right. If the woman is not in the right doctrine, she already all the way bugged out. But if a woman is in sound doctrine, all right, and slip ups come up or she acts a certain way sometimes, be patient. You correct her, let her know what it is, you talk it out as a man of the Lord and as a man of Salaki, as a man of the Lord and a woman of the Lord. You should be able to speak to each other, not taking anything personal, knowing that everything is done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Because if you're in the right mindset, you already know everything's spiritual, man. So when things come up, things are brought up. They're brought up for a reason, and it's all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai speaking to us, you know. So we have to deal with them at a very high level of wisdom, right? And us being men and having this wisdom, we're not a weaker vessel. We're the strong. We're the pillar. We're the ones that keep them set where they need to be, you know. And if you're a man that's not dealing with them in wisdom and not dealing with them properly, well, your house is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts with you being a man. All right. if the man is in tune with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, well, his whole household is going to be in order, right? So if you out of order, your house, your body, your mentality is out of order, man, everything's going to be out of order, all right? And your woman will be acting up, okay? But like I said, we have to deal with our women in wisdom, okay? If they're bugged out and they're wicked, the best thing to do is to separate from them, you know. But if they are trying to be righteous, it's a beautiful thing, man, because remember, the women is the most wicked. The sin came upon us through the woman. You see? As a matter of fact, let me bring out the scripture real quick. I was just reading this. This is Salakia. This is Ephesians 5:25. Okay. Give me 1 second. It's loading up. Of course, gotta be in the wrong spot. There we go. This is Ephesians 5, and it's taken from 25. It says, "Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church, and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word." All right. And, going into that, thinking upon how the woman, how she brought sin upon the earth, all right, is a heavy curse upon her. Okay. And wisdom was deprived from them. So when you have a woman that's dealing in this truth, man, it's beautiful that she has some type of wisdom. All right. And it says, "Husbands, love your wives," which I want to read it actually real quick in the NLT, because this is where it kind of hit to make my point. It says, "For husbands, this means love your wives just as Hamashiach loved the church. He gave up his life for her to make her holy and clean, washed by the cleansing of Yahweh's word." All right. And because, what made me kind of think of it in a spiritual sense was, the woman is vexed, because she brought that sin upon us, but if she's trying and you're a man of the Lord, you're supposed to be leading her and guiding her in the righteous way, and you yourself can make her holy again. Obviously she's trying to make herself holy by keeping herself in the word also, but if she runs into a man of the Lord, it's powerful to have a man and a woman that's in this truth together, you see, because the man is going to hold down his woman and guide her in the righteous way. See, you basically having that chance, okay, that Adam at the moment didn't have, to be able to guide his woman, to tell her, stop listening to this bullshit philosophy. You see, we have that chance to be able to teach our women and train them up the way they're supposed to be. They're not a child, but you want to train them up still the way you want them to be, in a righteous manner. It starts with the men leading. All right. So it says, "Husbands, love your wives, even as Mashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word." Yeah, because as long as you come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you're going to always be able to have the power to heal somebody. You see? So now you healing your wife, okay, and making her, like she's supposed to be onto you, a rib. Okay, you're teaching her the ways of how she's supposed to move with you, and she's gonna, she's a woman of the Lord. She's gonna move accordingly. She's gonna be that servant and follow you. She's gonna please you, in all your desires, as long as they're righteous. You know what I'm saying? So this word, you having this word and being a man, and your woman being in this word also is very powerful, man. And Satan will come at you for that. All right, Satan will definitely try you heavy because both of you are in the truth. Okay, Satan will be jumping on a man, and Satan will be jumping on your woman, back and forth, trying to, but because when two and three are gathered in my name, all right, I am in the midst of thee. Is that not what the Lord said? I mean, that's what makes it so powerful, that it's always two together. Matter of fact, um, tells you that in man, I got it in my mind. I think it's Ecclesiasticus 25. I want to say. One second. Yeah, matter of fact, I'll start at the top, 25 and 1. It says, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men, the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. See that, and that's beautiful because you have y'all in the same mode. All right. Again, y'all there to pick each other up. Okay. Especially when you have a woman that's truth and you a man that's out there doing the work. You out there doing the work while your woman at home throwing prayers up all day for you. You know what I'm saying? And throwing prayers up for the brothers and the rest of the sisters in this truth. All right. It says, let me go down. I think it's down more. Oh, this is 8. I'll start from 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that has, this is the first one, a man that has joy of his children. The second one is he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Third, well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding. You see? And that's why it's powerful, because if she has understanding, it's easier for you guys to communicate. And in relationships, man, communication is key. All right, that's one of the biggest things that these relationships lack nowadays is communication. All right, when you're able to sit down with your spouse and be able to speak about anything without anybody getting offended, you come to a better understanding of things. You're easily able to handle situations when they come your way, and Satan doesn't get in the mix of y'all, and have you, pretty much going against each other. All right, you both understand that we live under curses, so sometimes those curses don't come upon us and mess with us. But the most powerful thing is that y'all both in agreement. Y'all both know what Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's your route every time, man. When times get rough between you and your woman, that's the Lord basically telling you, trying to fall down in your face, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna make it even more powerful at that moment, that both of y'all at the same time next to each other. All right, your rib cleaved onto you, that has your wisdom that's given to you from on high, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and y'all sitting there calling upon the true names, man. So it says, well is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding, and that has not slipped with his tongue, and that has not served a man more unworthy than himself. Well is him that has found peace, and he that speaketh in the ears of him that will hear. That's pretty much the point. Okay, let me go down to, I think there's one more all the way at the bottom. No, that's not it. 1 second, let me pull over real quick. Salakia. 1 second. It might be in Ecclesiastes 26. Right back to 25. 26. Come on. 1 second. Salakia. I can't get it right now. Lord willing to come back to me through spirit. I'll run into it. But continuing on, all right, let me go to this verse that I had, and this is 2 Peter's. I call this out, boy. What am I doing over here, boy? First Peter's, I meant to say. First Peter's 3:7. It's like everything's slow right now. It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife. Yeah, because see, when it's nothing wrong with giving honor unto your wife, man, because a man's wife is his glory. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna be well praised, you know, she's gonna be honored when she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, and that's not worshiping your woman. You're not gonna put your woman above you and put her on a pedestal above you. All right, but when your woman is doing what she's supposed to do, all right, she's gonna be, all right, she's gonna be honored by her husband. All right, it says, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. All right, and this is why you gotta be more patient with them, because they are that weaker vessel. All right, so they're vulnerable to get, you know, easily manipulated and distracted by Satan. All right, but you as a man in this truth are gonna deal with your woman in wisdom and always gonna have your woman on point. Okay, you are the one that sets the tone for the woman. So if your woman tripping, you might be tripping. You have to examine what you going through, what you doing right now at the moment. All right. So it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. All right. So you got to deal with them according to knowledge. Okay. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Okay. Going into, you could give your woman praise. All right, Ecclesiasticus. I mean, actually, you know, I think that's in Proverbs. Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31, and let's go 10. All right, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. All right, which, you know, this could be twofold, you know, going into this truth. All right, but we're speaking about a woman. All right, the heart, and why is it that her price is far above rubies? Because it's very rare you're gonna find a woman out there. King Solomon, out of 1,000 women, found none that was righteous, showing you that the probability of you finding an actual woman that's gonna be righteous is very rare. So if you have one that's trying, take care of that. That's a blessing. Okay. Unless she start going off, then you already know what time it is. Scriptures tell you to divorce her. All right. But if she's trying, be patient with her. Okay. Because you have something special right there, man. And the Lord, you know, the Lord, you know, he don't deal with women. Sometimes the Lord will use, because there's been accounts in the scriptures where the Lord had to use women because men couldn't get the job done. and had to be used for the moment for something to get done. All right, and then it always went back. At the end of the day, the women will always give it back basically to the men. All right, the glory will always go back to the man because they know their place. They knew not to usurp authority over a man. All right. So if you have a woman that's on that type of level and is on a very trying servant mentality, man, that's something you got to keep, and you just got to work with each other. Okay. And it says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her. Okay, yeah, because we can trust in our woman. If you have a woman in this truth, your mindset should automatically be, to try to put her trust in her. I mean, try to put your trust in her, because she know better. So if she go off, well, you did it to yourself. then you was just playing wicked. So your mentality already should be, you know what, I'm gonna put my trust, but keep my guard up at all times. You know what I'm saying? But it says the heart of her husband, meaning the mind of her husband, does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. You see? You ain't gonna have to try to spoil your woman, and you don't really have to train your woman when your woman knows what's good. You see? It says she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. All right. Let me skip down because I know it's in here somewhere. It's down. Point that I want. I'll start around 23. It says her husband is known in the gates. All right. So her husband will be a man that's part of this truth. When he sitteth among the elders of the land, he maketh fine linen. She maketh fine linen and selleth and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Okay. It said, which in the NLT it says she is clothed with strength and dignity. You see? And she laughs without fear of the future. So you see, your woman, if she knows this truth, and she don't have fear of the future, and only has fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and respects you, what more can you really want? No, the thing is, you just enduring now the relationship part, because it ain't it. I was having a conversation, and you got sex, and then you got relationship, man. Sex is just sex. Anybody can have sex. You feel me? But a lot of people in the society think that sex is the relationship. That is not the relationship. Sex is separate from the relationship. The relationship is knowing how to treat your woman. You understand? Respecting your woman. Vice versa. This goes vice versa to the woman also. All right, but Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on the vice versa side. Right now, I'm talking about men to their women. Okay. So, sex is sex, and the true part is the relationship. That's where you really want to be able to know if you can function. Do you have, plain and simple, basic morals and respect factors? You know what I'm saying? Can you live those? Because nowadays these people can't live even those little things like that. And then there's people that are not in the truth, that live just like that. They live righteously by themselves, and those people might wake up later. Okay, but at the moment, like I said, when it comes to the relationship part, you have to know how to really, deal with women. You got to know when to stay away from a woman. Okay, because women, after a certain time, you got to give them that little space. You start coming back into their monthlies and all that. And plus the scriptures tell you you're supposed to separate yourself from a woman when she's on her period. But, them that week before that, you got to start finding ways to keep yourself busy, or comfort your woman more, or try to comfort her. you know. But if not, then you keep your distance, okay? So you don't have to argue, you know. Just the basic relationship aspects, man, of pleasing your woman and treating her good and making her feel good, you know. These little things people don't know how to do. That's why the relationship is all messed up, because everything's just based on sex, and it's just like sex, 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 and that's it. What's next? You know? But going into it, it says she is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. This is in the NLT. All right. And I'll keep reading it real quick. It says, when she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness, you know, meaning, you know, her tongue is the law of kindness. Okay. She's trying to be righteous. Her words are wise. Why? Because she's cleaved on to you. You're teaching her the wisdom, the righteous way. And if you're teaching her the righteous way, she's going to take heed to that, and she's going to move in that manner. All right. It says, she looketh well to her the ways of her household. You see, so if a woman is taking care of you in your household, making sure you got food, you know, taking care of kids, making sure you always good when you get home, might be helping you in some bills here and there, you know, that's a righteous woman. You got to have patience with her when she goes off. You have to have you have to continually keep dealing with them in wisdom when things don't go your way, because they're in the battle just like us. It says, she looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Meaning what? That she not gonna be still, man. She not just gonna be good for nothing. You see, she's gonna be trying to help you somehow in your ministry, making sure that you got time to go out and preach, or, you know, trying to make your life easier. You see, and at the same time, you making her life even easier for taking care of you. It says, she looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed. And then that's another thing. If she's a woman that is good with the children, she's always on top of the children, and making sure that they on top of their prayers and calling upon the names and teaching them the name of the Lord, and just teaching the Lord, period. No matter how old, you see, how young, okay? That's a beautiful thing. And her children gonna praise her too. They're gonna call her blessed. Okay? It says her husband also, so like her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Okay? Man, it's crazy, because I'm thinking about this. I'm reading the scriptures. I'm thinking about a whole nother lesson I already got lined up now because of these precepts. But it's fire, actually. Let me read that again. It says, her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. You see? So when your woman is doing what she's supposed to be doing, a man is gonna praise his woman, man. You're just not gonna worship your woman, but you can praise her. Let her know she's doing a good job. You know, women got to hear that, especially women. You got to let them know things like that, man. But that's vice versa for the men, because the men are the same way. I mean, I don't do things for like when I preach or something. Let me just use an example. Like if I preach, I don't do things for likes and views and none of that shit. But, you know, sometimes somebody will hit me up, hey, the water, man, that was an inspiring lesson or edification. You know, that's kind of a praise, but I'm not taking it as you know, I'm trying to glorify in vain. No, it just feels good because I know I'm the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I'm able to edify somebody. You know what I'm saying? I want to know if people are listening, people are being edified. You see? But like I said, it says, her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Okay? Why? Because you have, these women have something that the rest of these women don't have. All right? They have this truth, they have the names. Okay? It says, favor is deceit and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, she shall be praised. You see? Again, a woman that fears the Lord, she's going to be praised, man. And the Lord going to let it be known that she's a woman of the Lord that fears him. All right? And people will notice it. It says, give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. All right? So, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, you have to deal with your women in wisdom. And if your woman is in this truth, just be a little bit more what's the word I've been using, patient, Slakia. Just be more patient with our women in this truth. Because like I said, a lot of brothers, we go in on the women, and that's not going to change because the women is wicked. All right, but when we go into these women and then these men, they run with these things that we say, and they'll go back to their own households and pretty much have a certain type of enmity and conscience, because they know women are wicked, so they think everything is wicked that comes out of a woman. Nah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that spirit of discernment. Slocky, if you couldn't hear, I put the phone down too low. You have to have that spirit of discernment to know when you have a woman that's righteous and on point and is trying, man. And like I said, vice versa for the women. Okay, have the men in this truth, which I'm, the Lord willing, I'll be able to do a lesson on the opposite side. Okay, but yeah, a lot of these men don't hear the things that we talk about, and they run back to their own households and be tripping. Pretty much fuck up their own relationships. This is why you have to deal with the women in wisdom. You got to know what's in front of you and who you're dealing with. It's a little bit different when a woman is just 2/3 and you've been with her. She could be kind of difficult, right? And it could be very quick, very difficult with a woman in the truth, right? And you got to always keep your guard up, because women could be in the truth and turn into a Lot's wife real quick, But when they're trying, you got to continue to push with them and encourage them, because that definitely is powerful when you and your woman is together in this truth, and you can come together to call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? But Lord willing, the lesson was that. As a matter of fact, I think I have one more precept. Hold on, before I end it. What was it? Oh man. What was it? Oh, this is Ecclesiasticus 26:11. I wanted to make this point before. It says, watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespasses against you. So this is why you have to have more patience, with a woman in this truth, if she trespasses against you. Because the Lord telling you, man, marvel not if she trespass against you. It's almost in the woman's nature, to trespass against you. So you being a man and understanding, you're able to say, you know what, let me chill for a second. Now she continued to be habitual with it, and now you're going too far. Now you're taking advantage. All right. But like I said, being in this truth, Satan, especially if you got a woman in this truth, Satan will try to hop on her real quick. mess around with her. There was one more, I think. Yeah, this is 14. I'll go 13. It says, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fat his bones. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. All right. So she's silent and she's a very loving woman. See, that's a gift that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave you, man. All right. And there's nothing more worth than that. Okay. Because that mind is well instructed. That mind, you ain't got to tell that mind what to do over and over again. That mind knows what to do. So anytime you go off from there, that's on you. That's on your terms. You see? Now you're gonna have to answer to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay. It says a shamefast and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. All right. This is (26). It says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. You see, so if your woman is the type to honor you, all right, she all for you, okay, and again, trying her best, you see, she's gonna be judged wise. The Lord gonna count her, gonna count her righteous. But if you out there dishonoring your man, being on some prideful, wicked ass woman shit, okay, making basically headaches for your husband rather than giving him peace, all right, you're gonna be counted ungodly, whether you know the name or not. Because there's a lot of women that know the name, and there's a lot of men that know the name, and they still acting not accordingly, wicked as hell. You see, and the Lord recording everything. So what you might think is behind closed doors, but it's gonna come to the light regardless. But yeah, that was pretty much the point. I'll get this last precept. This is Salakia. Colossians 3 and 19. It says, I'll start from 18, and it says instructions. It says family relations. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands. All right, not multiples, one husband, as it is fit in the Lord. Husband, love your wives and be not bitter against them. Okay, treat them not harshly. Okay, again, being more patient with them, having more of an understanding. It says, husbands, love your wives and never treat them harshly. It says, actually, that's the point. Actually, that's the point. Salakia. Yeah, that's definitely the point. Let's see. Why does it do that? Okay, whatever. It's like stuck. It doesn't let me click on it. But it says, husbands, love your wives and never treat them harshly. All right. So again, it's plain and simple. Got a woman in the truth and she's trying. Be not bitter with them. All right. Be more understanding with them. Be more patient. All right. And having patience and understanding with them, they'll listen more. Because when you get rowdied up with a woman, forget about it. You gonna rile her. You gonna get her damn spirit roused up, and that's one of those spirits you do not want to rouse up. All right. Not saying that a man can't, calm his woman down, but it's like impossible because once you get that woman riled up, she's gonna have to emotionally get her point across, you know, and that's just not gonna work with, a man of the Lord, because we don't we're not about emotion, we ain't got no time for that. We don't want to hear that, you know. But shalom, y'all. Bashim Yashar Brakatah. Anyway, but that's the point. All right, so Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. All right, so with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who do well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Rakatah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom.